Hey, what's up traders? Today's February 8th of 2021. We're going to be checking out the watch list provided by Ascend Trading. So first ticker on the watch is the meme stock AMC. We have an inverted hammer right here on Friday, and then there's a lower wick on the, I believe this was Monday of trading. There's a possibility that we're going to be seeing reversal soon on AMC. AMC does have a lot of volume. You can see that the volume probably at least 200 million shares traded. Although yes, most of it was the selling volume due to the fact that there's a lot of bags right in this area. But of course, you just can't deny that there's that inverted hammer right here. Now we do have a gap fill right here at $5. Of course, that's when we saw it gap up and then it ran off. But with this inverted hammer and this lower wick, possibility that we're going to be seeing a reversal. Lowest risk on the trade, of course, would be the gap fill. But if you're not comfortable taking this trade, there's always other ways to trade it. One is you can just let the price come up to $10, and $10 is definitely a wall. You have a lot of supply right here at the top, especially right here at this top during the intraday of Wednesday. Buying volume started to slow down, and then it flipped over. And then of course on Tuesday, you can see that there's a lot of selling right here after this gap down, and people just panic. Definitely there's people still there stuck with the bag. So if it comes back to 10, you can pretty much take a really quick trade with some puts. But other than that, it's a stock that I really don't want to buy into. I would prefer to let it rally and then sell it. A really strong place to sell it if it were to rally and fill this gap would be $13. That would also be another trade as well. CCIV, of course, it's running on the speculation rumor with Lucid. Right here on the daily, very strong, and it's been an uptrend, very clean uptrend. $20 V shape right here, and then double wicks right here near 26. So definitely. There's definitely a staircase that's building up. Now, in terms of this 15-minute chart multi-day, especially some people who just want to look for a day trade, you can see right here, $31, definitely a day trade. And then another one right here at $33.50. That's another day trade as well. But the $33.50, it's not that strong of a trade versus the one at 31. Of course, 31 has a lot more volume. Because it's 2 days worth of trading right here. So $31 is a much better trade for a day trade. That just means that you can hold longer in the trade. But if you're looking for another trade just to get in for the next day, or even a swing trade, 26 or 24, that's a much better trade for a multi-day swing. And then we have FUBO. FUBO on the daily, $40. There's a turning point on FUBO. You can see that there's a wick right here, that selling pressure that came in, and then on Thursday there was also selling pressure, and then Friday it closed red. So it's likely that FUBO is going to go down, but $40 definitely on the daily. You can see that FUBO, there was a previous resistance level, and definitely we should see some kind of reaction as a support. And if you look at $40, definitely that's somewhere not bad of an idea to open a position. And then we have GME. GME, finally, it looks like that it's possible that the selling has slowed down significantly, or even reversing. If you take a look right here, there's a red candle right there on Thursday, and then Friday we got a inverted hammer because obviously it didn't break below Thursday's low. Now, I'm not looking to be a buyer in GME. I'm looking to be a seller. I would rather just have a much more sure trade, even if it's smaller profits. At least it's a surer trade, a much surer trade. If you let it rally, $13 for some 113 for some puts, and then another one at 160 for puts for a scalp too. But if you're looking to play bull, the only thing I can think of is for it to hold up, run up to 160. If it runs up to 160, then I can see buying at 113. But from where it is, where it closed 63, I just don't see a long trade from where it is. And then we got TLRY. TLRY also had the merger with Afri. I forgot the name, but it has earnings coming up in March, which is I believe it's in March 3rd or March 1st, or the first week of March, pretty much. And there's some speculation that TLRY it's gonna be profitable, so we wouldn't be surprised that if earnings was good, it's gonna gap. Now, if you want to get in for a day trade on TLRY, there's a few areas to look for. One particular area is this 2140, around that area, just at $21. Because right now it's slightly expensive for a day trade, only because even if it opened at 26, there's a possibility that it could run down to 24. So for a day trade, you can just look at 24 for a really quick trade. But a much better trade for a swing position would be 21 right here. This area, you can obviously see that there's some selling pressure in this area, and then it finally broke out. So that previous breakout, it's going to act as a support level when it comes down. So definitely I'm going to be looking to add right here at 21 if it gets there, because if not, I can always make a day trade at 24 and just take a few bucks when it comes back right back up. And then just the speculation was to see if TLRY is becoming profitable. Based on this chart, you can see the last actually the last 9 quarters. So let me just get a much more better color looking pen. Let's try this green pen. What I did was that I just took the last 9 quarters. I just basically charted a histogram of its financials, total assets and liabilities, and then the net income. From here you can see that assets increased for TLRY, and of course remember where we saw that what was it, the TLRY when it came up and you got that big bubble and then it collapsed since. And then for some reason we have a really big net loss for TLRY, and then the last the last previous quarter, it's pretty much almost a break even. So by this trend, is TLRY going to make a profit? Who knows, right? And so the speculation is that it's possible that they're going to be profitable. And now based on this chart right here, I took the last 4 quarters. So remember how the biggest loss on TLRY, and then people kept selling off and selling off. And then some people took a small position right here, and then it rallied right back up. And then we have the one in March financials, right, was right here, and then it came came running up, and then of course it cooled off on that momentum, and then the June quarter right here, for some reason it came down, and people still continue to add. And the one that really pivoted is the last quarter, was in September. And after that, where nearly broke even, it just continued to rally. So apparently, anyone that bought the dip, pretty much. So every time it pulled back a little, somebody bought. Pulled back a little, somebody bought. Speculation is saying that it's probably likely that TLRY is going to be making a comeback based on the next quarter coming up in March. That's if they're going to be making a profit, then I wouldn't be surprised we should see TLRY back in like $50 or even $100 because of that profitability.